Ever since the COVID pandemic began 2 years ago, there's been a lot of focus on health and safety in workplaces. A focus that's sometimes even played out in protests at hospitals and food facilities. In 2020, Colorado legislators passed a law to protect workers that spoke out about health and safety concerns, but it was narrow in scope, only applying to a declared public health emergency.
Without whistleblower protections, workers could be subjected to bad faith employers responding to their concerns by demoting them, firing them, cutting their hours.
The law has resulted in 126 complaints so far. It's set up a path for employees to take their concerns to the state before the courts for a quicker response.
The allegations in the complaint show some pretty serious concerns.
Brianne Power represents a former Amazon employee who filed one of those complaints over her COVID concerns.
She was bringing these concerns to Amazon and was eventually fired. And the complaint alleges that she was fired in retaliation for speaking out in order to squelch her voice.
They're now in the process of suing Amazon. While that lawsuit plays out,
no worker should have to worry about losing their jobs or having their hours cut.
Colorado lawmakers and advocates have unveiled a bill to extend the whistleblower protections indefinitely.
We still want workers to have these protections because we still want workplace health and safety and the health and safety of all of Colorado's residents to be foremost in our minds.
Nurse Becky Sasseman has worked in the ICU through the worst parts of the pandemic. She knows how scary it can be to speak up.
I have had to speak up a lot on behalf of other people. And partly that's because people don't feel like they can speak up a lot for themselves.
She hopes this bill will pass for the sake of workers and patients.
The emotional toll of dealing with patients and being overwhelmed and then taking care of our own families and then being told to not speak the truth as we know it, it's been really hard, and a lot of people I know have left the profession.
But ultimately, it's up to Colorado lawmakers to decide whether those protections should be permanent. Megan Lopez, Denver.